Hello to my channel Chinese Star. Today we will bring you the following hot and exciting news.
The entire internet was shocked. Xiao Zhan won the Best Actor Oscar. Was it really a joke, or a misunderstanding? Online opinion exploded, with some mocking him for winning the Best Actor award based on popularity, while others defended his idol, arguing that this was a standard of expectation for Chinese actors. The core of the issue lies not just in Xiao Zhan's individual abilities, but in the ecosystem of the entire Chinese film industry. The Oscars have never been solely a competition of acting, they are also a test of the industry, cultural output, and global influence. Chinese language films still faced barriers in international awards, something not easily overcome by actors. Xiao Zhan's involvement in the Oscar debate reflects a deeper anxiety. Are we truly ready to take our films global? Faced with criticism, some call this betraying our own country, while others see it as a form of protection for local filmmakers. In reality, this question is a rational reminder that the internationalization of Chinese language cinema cannot rely solely on a single idol, but rather on a well-developed industry system and a continuous accumulation of works. Whether Xiao Zhan reaches the Oscar stage isn't the key lies in how the entire Chinese film industry responds to the world with its strength. What we await is not a sudden miracle, but a day when solid progress and accumulated experience will finally materialize. First, this isn't simply a matter of prejudice or internal strife, but rather a complex phenomenon rooted in cultural identity and the industry ecosystem. The Oscars aren't just a competition of acting skills, they are also a test of cultural soft power and international influence. For Chinese filmmakers to truly stand on this stage, they must contend not only with their work itself, but also with the vast industrial chain, publicity system, and international market acceptance. Secondly, public reaction is often a conflicting mix of national pride and self-preservation, hoping for the rise of local actors while also worrying about blind hype leading to a false bubble. Finally, this discussion exposes a deeper question: is our definition of international recognition still relegated to the superficial halo of awards, overlooking the need for long-term accumulation and systematic development? Xiao Zhan's hypothesis may simply raise a more fundamental question: how can Chinese cinema truly reach the world stage? Furthermore, this controversy reflects a divergent public perception of international recognition. For some audiences, an Oscar winner symbolizes not only acting skills but also culture and national soft power. Therefore, when the topic of Xiao Zhan winning the Oscar for Best Actor becomes a hot topic, emotions often transcend rational judgment, taking on strong national sentiment and cultural expectations. This emotional reaction stems, on the one hand, from the enthusiastic support of fans, and on the other hand, from the audience's dissatisfaction and anxiety about the current state of the domestic film and television industry. Third, the amplifying effect of media opinion and social networks has rapidly fueled this discussion. In an era of information overload, any assumption involving celebrities and international awards becomes a hot topic, generating polarized opinions. This phenomenon not only tests public judgment but also the maturity of the entertainment industry. For actors, it is particularly important to approach such discussions rationally. Excessive pandering or excessive rebuttal can negatively impact one's professional image and long-term development. Finally, it is important to recognize that for Chinese films to reach the global stage, they require systematic accumulation, not sporadic breakthroughs. This includes a well-developed industry chain, films with international influence, cross-cultural communication capabilities, and long-term, stable international exposure. The Xiao Zhan controversy reflects the real dilemma facing the entire industry. We desire to see Chinese-speaking actors stand on the world's highest podium, but we must also contend with the realities of industry bottlenecks and cultural differences. Only through down-to-earth efforts and continuous hard work can this seemingly fairy tale hypothesis gradually become a reality, rather than a castle in the air. This rational reflection not only shows respect for Xiao Zhan as an individual, but also reflects a deep reflection on the future of Chinese language film and television. This question does not deny the strength of local actors, but rather reflects a respect for the cultural ecosystem and industry principles. The Oscars are not just a competition of acting skills, but a systematic competition within the global film industry. Behind every Best Actor award is a complete industrial chain, from scriptwriting to directorial guidance, from technical implementation to international distribution. Every step requires the support of a mature system. This system is precisely what Chinese language films still need to work hard to build. Furthermore, the public's praise for international actors also reflects their recognition of the path to success. Hollywood's success stems not only from the individual efforts of actors, but also from long accumulated industrial strength and cultural output capabilities. In contrast, while Chinese language films have produced many excellent works, their international influence and voice remain limited. This means that the competition for Chinese language actors in international awards is not just a competition of individual acting skills, but also a touchstone for the industry's global competitiveness. Therefore, the cautious attitude toward the idea of local actors like Xiao Zhan vying for the Oscar for Best Actor stems not from a lack of expectations, but rather from a clear understanding of reality. This caution is actually a form of protection, protecting actors from being hurt by unrealistic expectations, and ensuring that the entire industry maintains a down-to-earth and continuous approach in its pursuit of international accolades. Only in this way can Chinese language films truly reach their own global peak, rather than simply being a flash in the pan. This phenomenon of faraway fragrance, near far stinks, is not accidental, it's a psychological principle deeply rooted in human nature and cultural cognition. For international film stars, we primarily understand and appreciate their achievements through their final works. This distance allows for relatively pure evaluation. Local stars, on the other hand, are subjected to more meticulous scrutiny. Xiao Zhan's trajectory has been witnessed firsthand by countless fans and audiences, from his stage debut, his rise to fame in television dramas, to facing controversy and challenges. Every step has been magnified and scrutinized. This companionship fosters deep bonds, but also brings higher expectations and more stringent standards. The devotion of fans and the suspicion of haters intertwine to create a complex ecosystem of evaluation. In this context, any vision of Xiao Zhan winning an Oscar for Best Actor is imbued with a far greater emotional weight than simply evaluating the work itself. This isn't just a discussion of personal honor, but a battle of public sentiment, cultural identity, and the logic of public opinion. The involvement of fan culture has made discussions more polarized, with rational voices drowning out by emotional judgment. Therefore, those urging caution aren't a denial of Xiao Zhan's potential, but rather stem from concern for his future. They hope to avoid pushing actors to unrealistic heights, lest their careers be burdened by unfulfilled expectations. More importantly, this caution serves as a reminder of the maturity of the entire entertainment industry. A star's honor needs to be based on consistent production quality, comprehensive industry support, and rational public understanding to truly become enduring value. So, does this mean we're eating from within and betraying our own country? The answer is no. True eating from within and betraying our own country involves unscrupulously devaluing everything domestic and blindly admiring foreign ideas. Rational criticism and cautious expectations, on the other hand, essentially express a desire for the healthy and stable development of our own industry and its stars. This is precisely the embodiment of the principle of the deeper the love, the more severe the criticism. We criticize unrealistic flattery to avoid forcing growth. We objectively view international awards to understand ourselves and our opponents, and learn from their strengths. A healthy literary and artistic criticism environment should allow for fact-based and logical discussion, rather than simply labeling any cautious evaluation of local stars and artists as unpatriotic. In summary, the discussion surrounding Xiao Zhan's Best Actor Oscar is less a moral judgment about eating from within and betraying our own country than a mirror, reflecting our understanding of the global status of Chinese language films, our grasp of the standards of artistic evaluation, and the public's attitude towards rationally supporting local stars and artists. We look forward to the day when Chinese language films and filmmakers truly reach the world. The road to this day is paved with solid film and television productions, a healthy industry ecosystem, and rational fan support, not vain flattery or exaggerated praise. As the saying goes, as long as you're not embarrassed, others will be embarrassed. If you're shameless, you're invincible. When our film industry is strong enough to consistently produce world-class films, whether it's Xiao Zhan or other outstanding Chinese language actors, standing on an international podium and holding an Oscar for Best Actor will be a natural and truly proud achievement. Everyone has their own opinions. What do you think of Xiao Zhan's sprint for the Oscar? Jack Ma said, "We should still have dreams, just in case they come true."
Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to our support channel.